out of our real Texas flavor secret sauce. I guess I gotta make it work.
What I'm supposed to say, make it work. That's a good one, isn't it?
Oh, hey, what's up, barbecue lovers? Today, we're gonna show you how to make a really badass Franken sauce. What I like to do is collect enough half bottles, and then we're gonna mix them all together, and we're gonna come up with a flavor profile that I think I like for both chicken and ribs. Something that's a good all-around sauce for catering, or for the backyard, or for family. Every once in a while, I just hit a really nice one that I even use it at a competition. We're gonna get started with that, and we're gonna show you how to make a really badass sauce that you can use anytime, anywhere. If you want it sweet, if you want it spicy, if you want it to be tangy, tomatoey, we're fixing to start mixing. This is one of the winningest sauce in the country. Cosmos is also one of my favorite. He also has a pretty nice peach habanero, killer hogs. These are all really great comp sauces. They're even better in the backyard. The thing is that a lot of us are using the same sauces, so I like to blend and mix and match to kind of change the profile a little bit. You want to throw somebody for a loop, give them just a regular old backyard barbecue sauce, you might just get first place and surprise everybody. I'll use the Blues Hog. It's got a nice vinegary flavor to it, but sweet, so it's really actually very good sauce. STB, have no idea what that was, and I labeled it so I wouldn't forget what it was, but now I don't remember what the heck STB stands for, so we're gonna throw it in there. Mild and spicy. This one is sweet and smoky, so more stuff spicy. If you want a super sweet, thick sweet, you can use a glaze too. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a couple of these and we're gonna start mixing a little at a time. I'm gonna taste. It's all about taste. Of course, remember guys, that this is all personal preference. Now what I like may not be what you like, so it's really up to you. I'm gonna mix something and try to explain as I go along here the flavor profile that I'm looking for. At the end of the day, what's really cool, you're gonna get rid of a bunch of sauces that are taking up space in your refrigerator, that are taking away beer space. So we're gonna make some space for pickles, okay? And so we're gonna mix all these up, make it taste really good, and you know, just to give you guys some ideas, some of the things you can do to mix up a couple different sauces and come up with something really good that you can use anyway. First thing I like to do when I'm wanting to get rid of a bunch of old sauces, I wanna make sure that I first use the ones that I know I'm probably never gonna use. I'm gonna take these sauces here. They're kind of thick, good flavor. I like to see what it tastes like to begin with, and then we'll try to decide what direction we're gonna go in. Why didn't I use this sauce? It's really pretty dang good. A lot of times I don't use a sauce, just maybe I didn't like the flavor profile after it cooked out, because a lot of these always taste really good when you taste them right out of the bottle. But what happens when it cooks and it gets a little bit of heat on there, some of the sugar caramelizes, some of the other stuff cooks, and it doesn't quite give you the same flavor as when you're tasting it out of the bottle. And I'm gonna mix these up, thin them out with a little bit of stuff, show you guys what I think I like. I always say there's no right way or wrong way to barbecue. If everybody's happy with what you're cooking, then you're a grand champion in my book, and your book too. These are kind of thick and saucy. So now I'm gonna put something a little bit thinner. I have no idea what this is. It just says chicken and ribs from Beeville, STB blend. I honestly don't know what STB was. I wish I did. And the reason I don't use them again sometimes is because maybe I didn't get the result I wanted that day, and or it might have cooked out a little different than what it tastes like out of the bottle, as I was saying earlier. Remember to keep a little bit of water handy so you can clean your palate a little bit as you go. And that way you can taste the different sauces. And if you're like me, I like to squeeze every last drop out of there. So what I'll do is I'll turn the bottle upside down like this, and I'll take the lid off again one more time. Get every last bit of goodness out of there. If you want to be sneaky, you can use these at a competition. Mix up your sauce, then take them in this, and you'll say, it's just Heinz, man. What do you think? Good stuff. Make sure you mix it all up real good. A whisk is the best way to do it. This is another way to also watch your sauce to determine runniness. See, that one's not very thick anymore. It was real thick when we went in. So far, so good. Tastes pretty good. I don't think I got to do a whole lot to it. We're gonna add a few more because I've got the capacity here. Right now, I would say that probably has a little bit of a Texas, a little bit of a tangy to it, a little bit sweet, not any bite at all. So we're gonna try to put a little bit of bite in there. I personally like a chicken sauce and my rib sauce with a little bit of zing in there. It's a really good sauce. Now we're gonna put a little bite in there. This has habanero in it, a little bit of peach. Now remember, these are all half bottles, guys, that I'm mixing here. Some have a little more, some have a little bit less. These are bottles that I'm probably never gonna use in a competition, and I most likely wouldn't like to use them in a straight backyard situation or in a catering situation. What I'm blending today is something that I would wanna use in a catering scenario in the backyard. Every once in a while, I come up with a winner that even works for competitions. I won't be able to duplicate it, but I'll have enough to last me a couple of months at least. It's not bitey yet. It doesn't have a lot of habanero in there. It just has a nice little subtle hint. And also remember that it takes a little while for those flavors to commingle. If I come back 2 or 3 hours later, it's gonna be a little bit richer, sweet and zesty. Pretty good, pretty good. I think I like the flavor that I have now. I don't want to just totally waste these. I do think that I need a little more tomato flavor with a little bit of bite. I have this bottle of Stubbs Spicy. This will put a little bit more of a Texas style, a little bit more tomato, and a little bite in there as well. I like a little bite in my sauce, not huge, just a nice subtle little sting, something that hits you on the front end and keeps going for a little while. Still a little thick for my preference. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. This might be a comp sauce. All right, it's nice and tomatoey. I don't really need the extra sweet, but because I don't want to store this bottle anymore, I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it in there. I also want to put a little vinegar because I do like a little zing in my chicken sauce, a little bit on my ribs. This is a very vinegary sauce. As you can see, it's very liquidy. Has a little bit of red pepper flakes in there, a little bit of pepper. So it's got a little bit more bite yet. By the way, these two together, about a 50-50 ratio and a little bit of honey. Wow, might want to try that. I think we've got a sauce that's pretty dang good right now. I'm gonna see if I like the bite, the little kick, if I like the sweet, if I like the tomato, zing. Pretty good sauce, pretty good sauce. I think I want to water it down a little bit. I want to thin it out a little bit more. Let me show you some ideas. If you like a little citrus flavor in there, you can use orange juice, apple juice. Anything pork and apple goes really well together. I don't think I need it. Remember, every time you add something like this is like a fresh ingredient, so you need to simmer your sauce for a little while so that it cooks out the natural part of it and it just leaves the flavor. The preservatives may not preserve that, so it may not last as long. If you want to sweeten it up even more, you can use regular liquid sugar. You can use regular sugar or brown sugar. I like liquid sugar because it pours and it mixes instantly. Liquid brown sugar, excellent stuff too. Really good to sweeten things up, nice and runny. A lot of people like honey in their barbecue sauce. You can put a little bit of garlic powder. If you want a bigger bite, more bite, you can use cayenne pepper. If I want a nice bite in there, I'll put some habanero powder in there. Use a little bit at a time because this stuff is really stout. The longer it sits in there, the more it's gonna permeate and flavor the whole sauce. It's not gonna be your true taste right away. Give that a couple of hours to see what it's actually gonna taste like. Another thing you can use is chipotle. It's probably one of the favorite chili powders out there in the world. It's a very familiar flavor, and so if you wanna try that, I mean, go for it. I think I can use a little bite in here. If you're gonna use habanero powder, you should probably use gloves. Do as I say, not as I do. I think that we're there. It's a pretty dang good sauce. If you don't want to change the flavor, you can use liquid distilled water. A little bit of water will thin that out. Make it nice and runny, but it won't change the flavor profile. If you don't use too much, you're not gonna lose any flavor whatsoever. If you should happen to like a nice thick sauce, you can simmer it nice and slow on your stove. Let some of the moisture evaporate until you get the thickness that you like. You want to stop cooking it before it gets to the consistency that you like, because as it cools off, it's going to get even thicker and tackier. Need a little bit more zing, a little bit tart. That's a good sauce. But I think I'm still going to put a little bit of this blues hog in there. It really puts an awesome flavor in there. That stuff's good. I could eat that with a spoon over ice cream. All right, guys, we made a really nice, delicious sauce. I think I want it to be a little more runny, but I don't want to change the flavor, so I'm gonna add a little bit more water in there. I think we need to use a little bit of honey in there just to give it that little bit more sweet. We can use a couple of tablespoons today. All right, I think I got it where I want it. We're gonna give it one last taste test. Oh yeah, baby. We made that one work. That's some real Texas flavors now. Boom! Remember that there's no right way or wrong way. There's no perfect flavor that fits everybody and anybody. So just mix up something the way that you like it. Remember, if you like sweet, add more sugar, add more honey. If you like tangy, add something with vinegar. A regular apple cider vinegar works good. You can use brown sugar, white sugar, apple juice, and orange juice. You can use habanero powder, chipotle powder, cayenne pepper if you want a mild bite. At the end of the day, if you and your family like it, then it's right. Remember that it's about balance too. Not too much of this, not too much of that. You want something that's nice and balanced. If I can give you any other piece of advice, I want to encourage you to go out there and try to mix something up. Put something really badass together that'll blow your family and your friends away. I'd like to encourage you to go out and make your own secret sauce. Have some fun while you're at it. That wraps it up for today, guys. Please make sure you like, comment, and share. And if you like this video, leave a comment below, let us know. Let me know if you've tried something like this before or after this video, and let us know how it turned out. If you're not already subscribed, we'd love to see you on there. We're looking forward to making a lot more content for you this summer, but until then, keep the smoke light, make it work. I'll see y'all later. I got some sauce. It's all mine.